Hello, beautiful beings, and welcome to your reading. In today's reading, we're going to be looking at, do they actually love you? Did they love you? Do they still love you? Do they love you? We're going to be looking at both, whether they did love you, do they still love you? And then what does that mean for you and what you should do in the situation. This was a topic that was inspired by my guides, so I'm very interested to see how everything plays out. If you're new to the Priestess Sophia, welcome! Here at the Priestess Sophia, we're about you connecting with yourself and your own intuition so that you can use discernment, using your intuition to make the choices that are for the highest good for you. So whilst you're listening to these readings, do tap into the energy that I bring forth and the space that I create so that you can also tap into your own intuition. Listen to what your body does. Are you being triggered? Does something feel right? And just note that, observe that. So let's get into picking the piles. So our first pile is this spirit quartz over here. This is a stone that's indigenous to South Africa, can only be found in South Africa. Our second pile, pile 2, is this kyanite. Pile 3 is this pyrite cube over here. And pile 4 is this very powerful amethyst. So what's particularly beautiful about today's reading is the stones that I'm using here come from a shaman, and the cards all have a shaman kind of feel to it, or a shaman feel, whichever pronunciation works for you. So take a deep breath in, beautiful being, and then exhale and connect with one of the piles. What I like to do is close my eyes and see which one pops out for me. Great. And I'll see you in your reading. Hello, pile 1. So this is your reading if you chose this spirit quartz. I'm going to put your stone right over here next to the dry protea. These are your oracle cards. We're going to look at this right at the end, and we're going to start off with your tarot. And in this reading, we're looking at, does this person love you? Did they love you? Do they still love you? And what does that mean for you? What does it mean for you? So, wow, I'm just going to take that card as it popped out, pile 1, because that felt like it really needed to come out. And while I'm shuffling these cards, if you would like a private reading, do check out the description box. And do remember to like and subscribe. The more you contribute your energy into the channel, the better it is for me to be able to tap into your energy and also read the situation in a way that best serves you. So do comment, do like, do subscribe, and do let me know if you'd like a personal reading. Check out the description box. Alrighty, pile 1. Does this person love you? Does this person love you? Do they actually love you? So we're first looking at answering that question, and then we'll be looking at what that means for you. Okay. Ooh, I wanted to flip that card first. All right. So this is a deck that has been gifted to me by one of my closest friends, and I just felt very drawn to it and had to read for you using it. So over here we've got the relating to whether they did in the past. This is your person at the moment. This is what's driving where they're at. This is, do they love you now, and what's driving it. Alrighty, so let's look at your person right at the moment. So we've got 10 of Pentacles. Is that a 10 of Pentacles? Yes. 3, 6, 9. And then one big one. All right, so your person at the moment is actually very much focused on creating a legacy for themselves and creating something that lasts a really, really long time for them. Something that is very family based. I'm actually feeling for some of you that this person is in a family situation, does have a family. That is a very specific message coming through. I haven't felt that kind of thing before, but I feel like this person may be in maybe a very strong masculine energy coming through, and maybe very much focused on paying attention to their family at the moment. And I do feel that this person may, in certain cases, be married, and you might not be the person that this person is married to, or this person has a family outside of your relationship that they're attending to, because I am feeling that you are on the outside sort of looking in this situation. And if it's not that, they're looking at long term. They're very focused, like I said right in the beginning, on their legacy, what it is that they want to build and create for themselves, and what it is that they want to manifest. And not just necessarily in terms of money, but who they are, what they want, what they stand for. And it's a good place to be in. It's a very good place to be in. They're really looking long term and focusing on building long term. What's driving this? We've got the sun, which is really beautiful. So if we look at it here, if we look at this card, we've got this like glow of red, which is often talks about the root chakra, and that going out into the yellow, which is also very much your solar chakra. And when I'm looking at this over here, the first color we've got that red, and we've got this yellow around. So I do feel that safety and security is exceptionally important to your person right now. And that very much relates to Ten of Pentacles, and also really relates to the root chakra. It's about starting from the ground up and then spreading out, looking at underlying values, looking at the support of things, the nuts and bolts, the bricks, the foundation. And what is really driving this for them is, I feel like there's some sort of clarity that's come into their lives for them, some sort of understanding about who they are as a person. There must have been also a lot of family healing that has happened for this person too, lots of ancestral healing that's happened for your person. And this actually may mirror a lot of you. I'm feeling, especially with the Sun card, if you do resonate with this, if you are going through a lot of healing around your family dynamic and how that plays out into what you're creating in the world, please do let me know in the comment section. I'd love to know if that's resonating for you. So that's really where your person is at right now. I do feel some of them have very strongly connected with their inner child. I do feel some of them actually, if it's a family outside, it might not even be that they're actually married to someone, but there is some sort of other commitment. And I am seeing a little boy. So for some of you, you are with someone who isn't the person you're connected to does have a little boy, or there is a little boy that has played a really strong inspirational role in them wanting to focus more on their legacy. There may also be a need for you that's coming through quite strongly to look at your own little boy. This is specifically if you resonate more with the masculine energy, and if the term little boy actually really resonates with you, then that's coming through quite strongly. Okay, so I want to look at, did they love you in the past? And wow, the answer, should this be upright or reversed upright? I am feeling yes, this person definitely loved you in the past, because we've got Two of Cups. Even though it came up in the reverse, I checked if it needed to be upright or reversed. So we had Two of Cups, and then we had the Justice card. And if you look at these two cards together, what you're seeing is you're seeing twos and you're seeing two. And two, I'm feeling very strongly relationship, two coming together. And also 222 might be a message for you. I also do feel, even though this is the Justice card, I am feeling like I want to say this might be the twin flame pile. And I'm seeing that there's a lot of people who are resonating with these readings who are going through twin flame connections, which is not surprising because I have a twin flame myself. And when I'm looking at it like this, I'm seeing this sort of flame in the center, and I'm seeing these two twin. So what I do feel that I really want to say for those who are resonating with a twin flame relationship and also soul connection is this card. Because if we look at this card here, we're seeing white and we're seeing black. So we're seeing the light and we're seeing the dark. And what's very important about this specific connection is that when you have a twin flame connection or that type of soulmate connection that is mirroring a lot to you, your soulmates don't always have to be the partners that you end up with. I know in popular culture that is often how we do see them. You can have many different types of soulmates. This could be a healing soulmate relationship. That means it's going to show you the darker aspects of yourself, and that also you are both going to see the dark and the light in one another. And what tends to happen in these types of connections is that people tend to focus just on the dark and not on their own darkness, on the other person's darkness. So I'm feeling a very strong message here, especially with this deck, is that if you are seeing a lot of that in the person that you're involved with, have your boundaries, have your understanding about what's right and what's wrong for you, but also be clear on seeing what is this person mirroring back to me. And mirrors don't just have to be specifically in twin flame connections. They can happen in soulmates, they can happen in karmics, but it's definitely coming through here too. So if this person love you in the past? For sure, really. And I would say true love. And it was the kind of love that made that, because justice is about balance, justice is about being objective. But in this deck, it's also about being able to see the light and the dark in the situation, and to see the light for what it is and to see the dark for what it is. And ultimately, if you look here, these two cats' tails are intertwining. So it's sort of the two are there to feed one another. And we do see the sword coming through here, and swords often represent clarity and cutting through an issue. So whatever this relationship is for you, and the love that was in this relationship, because this is the card of whether they loved you or not. Yes, for sure they loved you. Definitely a spiritual connection, whether it is twin flame, karmic, or soulmate. It is a spiritual connection and a spiritual romantic connection. But the driving force of this is justice. So the cards underneath are representing the driving forces for our top cards. And for me, what this connection really seems like, what it was about, was for you to be able to start seeing both your light and your dark, to be able to find balance for yourself. For some of you, there's a lot of reciprocity that was needed you from this person, but maybe not being gotten from this person. But this relationship came to teach you reciprocity, came to show you what being in a balanced situation is supposed to look like. And it could show you that by showing you a lot of darker aspects, to highlight for you what I want to say is what your focus was, but also what's missing, right? I hope that makes sense, pile one. Please do let me know in the comment section if that resonates. And then, do they love you now? So we've got Son of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles. And underneath that, we've got Eight of Pentacles. Okay, with the spider, which is a very... Spiders for me often represent very strong shadow aspects. So what I would say, the first answer, even though the page is a positive card, I feel that, and it's interesting because we spoke about that little boy and now we have the Son of Pentacles. And what I'm feeling here is that it's shifted. if this person is still interested in being involved with you, they'd want to start something afresh. They'd want to build something entirely new. But I must say, for the large majority of you, when I saw this card, the first answer I got was no. This person is actually more focusing, like we said, the energy is a 10 of Pentacles. I feel like this person is focusing on creating something new in their life. I'm not too there. I don't feel like they're that sure on what that actually is. We got the 8 of Pentacles underneath there. For most of them, it's really focusing on career, focusing on building some sort of skill in their life. But I feel that it's not just that, it's bigger than that. I feel like your person is looking into the details of their life. They're looking at how things are sort of fit together, where they're lacking in skills, and they want to come from a space of real newness, and taking these new skills and the things that they've learned and the new skills that they've acquired and the lessons that they've learned to create something new in their life. So how do they still love you now? I feel for a large majority of you, the answer is no. And then for the others of you, it's yes, but the love is different. It's not a passionate sort of love. It's a, you're my friend and you've taught me a lot, and I kind of am interested in looking at this again, but I don't know if it's still romantic. I would like to put the work in to figure out if it could be, but I'm not sure. And that is the answer that I'm getting pretty strongly from this pile. Look, Spirit Court also talks a lot about having a lot of thoughts around, a lot of your mind being in a whole lot of different places. So I don't know why I'm picking this up now and I want to say this now, but I'm just feeling as though my mind, which I feel is your mind, pile one, has been in very many different places and trying to look at this relationship from all different angles. And the reason why I say that even more now is if I'm looking at these 3 cards, I'm seeing like the spreading out, like trying to get to the core of the issue. So if you look at this, you've got the spider in the center, you've got that red in the center, then you've got this diamond in the center. And I just feel like what's been so important for you is to understand why. What is the real deep reason behind this? And then trying to look at things from so many different perspectives, come in it from so many different angles. And what I'm feeling is very important for you to do, pile one, is all of that energy, all your power needs to be called back into the center of yourself. For some of you, you have entered a space where there is now very important deep shadow work to be done. I'm seeing this in this cat over here, in this black cat over here. I'm seeing it in the spider, in the spider web. Spiders often talk about what are we weaving in the shadows? What am I creating for myself, coming from a darker space? I'm also seeing that very much with the black over here and the black over here in this card. So I do feel for you, where you are in this situation right now and what this means for you and what this relationship means for you and how this person has, where they are and how they've been with you, it's very important for you to look within yourself. What darkness has been triggered within you? I do feel it's coming from a root chakra place. So there might be a lot of ancestral issues that are playing out in your web of reality. And I would look very clearly to the incidents that have happened the last 7 to 10 days. So anything from the time that you've watched the reading, the last 7 to 10 days, you might even notice similarities between what maybe came out or does come out and play out in this relationship that you have with this person. And I would look specifically very much if you do have a younger son as a child, also for yourself, or if you do resonate with having a boy as your inner child, or even you're quite tomboyish as a child. How is that playing out in your reality right now? Because that is what's being called for healing. And that is where this reading is very strongly pushing me. I feel like I want to just get one more card. What does this mean for pile 1? What is this current situation? Ooh, it popped up. You just saw that. Okay, so we've got 2 of Wands. And look at that. Isn't that a very beautiful card? So again, 222, definitely a sign in this in this connection. So I feel that there's a decision that needs to be made here. I feel like you have 2 options. This connection and whatever is going on in this connection is very much up to you. For some of you, it's a decision between staying and going. For others of you, it's a decision between 2 different people. And for others of you, it's where am I actually placing my energy right now? And do I want to be placing my energy here? This pile feels very strongly energy charged. I do feel like your mind is actually very powerful. This is a group that is particularly intellectually intelligent. And I just have the question for you. Are you placing your energy in the right space? Is it serving you? And this is coming through very strongly with this 2 of Wands energy. Alrighty, let's have a look at your oracle cards and see what they have to say. So first question, did they love you? For sure, they definitely did. And this love relationship, this romantic relationship, I can see it was a very beautiful relationship, came to bring balance in your life, came to bring reciprocity and understanding in your life. I feel for some of you, there may have even been karmic lessons that needed to be played out between the 2 of you and to restore balance. But most importantly, for you to remember to get what you deserve. And I keep also hearing the words just deserve. Just deserve. You deserve to be treated properly. And that's also a lesson that's come through strongly in this. Okay, I want to keep this card here. Let's look at your oracle cards. So we've got the Crow Spirit, which says co-create with spirit. All right. Then we've got 34. That is the self-reflection card. And then we've got Spirit of the River, movement toward adventure. Oh, wow. Isn't this a beautiful card? Just look at that. Okay, so first thing that's coming through very strongly for me is we've got a lot of blue and we've got a lot of water energy. So this card 34, so this is your advice pile 1, specifically talks about emotions and a lot of sorrow. And even if we look here, this is basically like a ballerina mermaid underneath the water. And what I'm feeling is that, firstly, definitely to go with the flow of how you're feeling at the moment. This card talks about feeling a lot of sadness and feeling a lot of sorrow. And if that is the case for you, if you're resonating with that emotional experience right now, it's to be with that. It's to flow with that. There may be some old sorrow or old pain from years gone by that you may be experiencing at the moment that needs to be released and cleansed. Look, crying is a very cleansing energy. When you cry, you allow the body to soften, you allow the body to release. So if you're feeling like that is something that you need to do, you really do need to do that. That is something you're being encouraged to do. I also feel like being very present with your emotions and allowing yourself to be in the space of your emotions is going to bring a lot of truth for you. It's going to bring a lot of clarity for you, because we see blue here, and blue often talks about the throat chakra and standing and being in our truth. This card talks a lot about spending a lot of time with yourself. So you need time with your emotions. You need time to be with yourself. Yeah. I feel like your dreams may be particularly important to you. Meditation would also reveal a lot to you. The crow spirit is also messages from the other side. So when I see the crow, I always think of messages coming from different realms. And I feel that by being by yourself with your emotions in meditation and in quiet, you are going to get the divine guidance, the highest guidance that you need. I feel that there are messages wanting to come through from your higher self to help you make the decision that is most in alignment for you. And the only way you're going to feel that is if you can get in touch with your truth. And your truth is often felt in your feelings. Your feelings are teachers. They're there to show you things. Do not deny them. I want to read the Spirit of the River card and also the Crow Spirits. These are new decks, so I'm not really very familiar with the messages, but I wanted to tap into the energy of it and see what's coming up, and let's see what the spirit of the river says. So, alrighty. It says movement toward adventure, addiction to problems, allowing and trusting the current. The spirit of the river invites you to step into flow, to stop swimming against or avoiding the current. There we go. Those emotions that need to flow. Allow the waters to carry you downstream, away from the eddies and whirlpools. It's time to heed the call of a new adventure waiting for you. Stop working on the problem for a while. The issue is not what it seems. It is your addiction to fixing what has gone bad that is consuming so much of your time. All right, Power One, as we said, I felt like your energy is going all in these different directions, and there's a need to bring it back to the self. Work to create a greater good, and the bad will resolve itself on its own. There's nothing that you can accomplish with more efforting. Yes, how are you using your energy, Power One? As the situation in your life right now are subject to forces beyond your control, recognize this. Step back and trust the flow. There is no loss of face or lack of honor or integrity. It is simply the way things are at this moment. When this card appears, it is time to say yes to the next leg of your journey. Your life is like a river, inevitably, inexorably flowing to the sea, which is your divine destination. Be fearless and release yourself to the rushing water in the middle of the stream. Whatever it is you are holding on to, the feelings, the thoughts, the beliefs about things are or how they should or could be, can be fixed easily with the power of the spirits of the river. Simply let go and enjoy the thrill of the ride. All right, Pile One, that's a very powerful message. Let's see what the crow spirit has to say. As you look around you, can you sense the magic that pulses through the world? Have you witnessed how every thought can become a thing? How every intention can call the universe into action as the sacred laws shape what you experience? The universe works in perfect order. When you align your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs with spirit, you will want to crow with delight, feeling the excitement and wonder of being in harmony with something much larger than yourself. Crow Spirit says you are right on target now to see your dreams magically coming to being in the physical world. Well, we spoke a lot about dreams, right? I spoke about dreams earlier when I was looking at these three cards together. Being in that quiet space where you allow yourself to feel your emotions, flow with your emotions, and come back to spirit. It's going to give you guidance on the situation. Crow Spirit says you are on the right target now to see your dreams magically come into being in the physical world. The laws of abundance, compensation, frequency, and praise are operating in your favor now. Remember to be grateful and praise what is yours, even if it is still coalescing into form, still residing in the invisible realms of co-creation. No matter what area of your life you're concerned with now, what you hope for is on its way. For Spirit is your co-creation partner. So what I'm also feeling that is very important for you is what came through whilst I was reading this was very strongly gratitude. And I know that that can be such a lame kind of thing to say, but I feel that what is very important is to be grateful for the experience that you've had. And I know that can be tricky for some, but there's something about this experience that is going to lead you to something much bigger than you. And I feel that there is a lot of being stuck either in thoughts or being very much caught up into the emotionality of this that is making it difficult for you to see that you actually have a decision here. You actually have the power of choice in this situation, Pile One. And I'm seeing that with a 222. When there's twos, there's one and there's two. You also have another option other than what you're seeing. And for those of you watching right now, Pile One, I would really like to ask you, take the time to just be with yourself and see what is the other option here. Is there an option that I am not recognizing? So Pile One, that is what I've got for you in your reading. Please do let me know in the comment section how it resonates. I really love to hear what sort of perspective has been awakened in you, and also what's come up for you. And if you haven't yet, do remember to like and subscribe. And if you'd like a personal reading, do check out the description box. All right, pile one, I'll see you in your next reading. Bye. Hello, pile two. This is your reading if you have chosen the kyanite. So this is such a special crystal for me, and it's really a stone of protection. It's also a stone of cleansing, and it's a really powerful stone when you need to open your throat chakra, but also really for clarity in the mind, and that clarity coming through in how you also express yourself. I do feel that for some of you, there's been an idea in your mind that's been existing for a very long time. And either there's clarity that's needed around this idea, and for some of you, I think this could have been lasting for several years, in fact. And for others of you, a single-minded approach is going to help you with whatever it is that you most need guidance on. You'll know what I'm talking about. That's coming through very strongly. I also do feel that this is very much my spiritual pile. So the pile of people who are really, really interested in spiritual practices and really do take them very seriously. So please do let me know in the comment section if that resonates. These are your oracle cards. We're going to look at them right at the end. We're first going to look at your tarot. And in this reading, we're going to be looking at, do they love you? We're going to looking at did they love you, and do they love you now, and what does that mean for you? Okay, we just got this first card popping up. That's the Two of Swords. So I'm just going to leave that there. And then while I'm shuffling the cards, pile two, if you haven't yet, please do like and subscribe. The more you engage your energy in the channel, the easier it makes it for me to read for you, because then I can feel your energy, right? And if you'd like a personal reading, do check out the description box. Okay, that's under that card. Okay, how does pile two's person feel about them? How are they doing right now? How is their person doing? Okay, this is your person. This is what's driving them at the moment. This is your person. This is what's driving them at the moment. Sorry for knocking the camera. All right. And this is whether they love you now and what's driving it. So the Two of Swords popped out immediately. And I'm going to read it first because it opened up. It is the only card that that came out open, pile two. And if we look at this Two of Swords, it's so interesting because while I was holding the kyanite, I saw that one issue that's been on the mind. And I'm seeing it again here with this density in this ball with a almost like a flames around it. I don't know if you can see that. And I'm seeing that again. So I almost feel that between you and this person, there was one issue that you could just not get over. And on the surface, it could have appeared as though maybe the person said that religion was actually an issue, or you had different religious beliefs, but the main issue was actually around intimacy. And I feel that you're actually for yourself being called to understand that. For some of you, that is what you actually need to be focusing on. And for others of you, this is so that you can understand that this is your reading. I feel that there was an issue in this relationship that you both weren't clear on. It was actually a very complex issue. And I don't feel you ever really gained much. I don't want to say clarity because it's not clarity, but that you could be decisive and decisive about this issue. And that's what kind of caused a sort of stalemate, stagnant kind of feeling in the relationship. And I feel that's what made it hard for this person, your person, to really open up their feelings to you. So the sense I get when I ask the question, did they love you? The first answer I get is no, but it's not because of you. it is because of a block in themselves in how they experience reality. And I'm feeling very hurt and as though I don't even know how to express that I'm feeling very hurt. And I feel that what this is about is that your person themselves is still processing a lot of hurt that they may not even be aware of, and that they are very much in denial around. So I don't feel that they could go to the depth of how they felt, and I don't feel like they wanted to, and they may have used an issue to avoid going to that space. And I know that could have been very triggering, pile 2, to hear that no from me. I want you to ask yourself as well, does that feel right to me? Does that resonate with me? You will know. But if it was triggering, I must just remind you, it's not because of you. It's not, you must really know it's not because of you. And if this person didn't treat you well, it's not because of you. It's because of something within them. And they used an issue in the relationship, very likely, to hide behind that. Okay, what's the driving force? There we go. We've got the devil. We've got the devil underneath. And for me, this is such a clear sign of what I was sensing around it. It had nothing to do with you. It had to do with their own demons, something within them, some sort of pattern of behavior, some sort of identity. For some of you, this person created a very strong identity about being a particular way, that if it was challenged somehow, and sometimes we can challenge people just by loving them and showing them something different. And I feel that this was very uncomfortable for this person. This person would rather choose their addictions, would rather choose their negativity, would rather choose the unhealthy and toxic patterns, because this is where they felt safer, but that actually had absolutely nothing to do with you. I do feel that this person also, when I'm looking at this deck, this card, I mean, you see how they feed this animal's feet's on fire? It's just, I feel that they're burning in their own stuff. So whatever choices they've made right now where they're at, I do feel that it's having consequences for them that's waking them up in a way. And I'm just getting that message very strongly when I look at this. Okay, so let's see where your person is at right now. Okay, so we've got the sun. So there's clarity coming in. So that makes sense to me why I was feeling that whatever they were stuck to in the past, whatever sort of addictions and negative behavior that made them not be able to love you the way that you deserve to be loved, they're starting to see that there's some clarity that's coming through. So we've got the sun card here, and we see this kind of progression also happening where this dense issue is now opening up, and it's like a flower opening up. And I feel that this person has made some headway, and you might too. Let me know in the comment section if that has happened. All right, underneath that we've got the 10 of Swords. Yeah, there we go. And interesting how we both have this horned. Is this a ram? Is it a ram? Please let me know in the comment section. This isn't a ram. But here we see same kind of energy, same kind of animal actually. And here we've got the 10 of Swords. So this behavior, this pattern, this ego, the addictions, if there were any like negative thinking, I am seeing some sort of substance abuse as well, that has ended them. This clarity that's come through, it's actually their behavior, they've realized it cannot continue. It's actually exhausted them. And through that, I feel like I've hit rock bottom, and now I'm seeing the light. So I felt like I was on the other side of the shadow, but now I'm seeing the light. So this, I feel very strongly, is where your person is right now. So do they love you now as it stands now? We've got the High Priestess. Wow. Upright or reversed? Upright. And what's driving that? We've got the Ace of Wands. Oh, wow. What I can tell you is that this person sees you incredibly differently to what they did before. The fact that we have the High Priestess here, the Sun, and the Devil, we've got 3 major arcana cards. That's also a very strong confirmation to me that there were lots of soul lessons here. And pile 2, if you've ever doubted whether you've had an impact on this person or not, I'm telling you 100% you've had an impact on this person. I feel that this person is more, it's interesting. It's like, I didn't love you in the past, but now I'm more aware of the feelings that I actually had. And I'm not sure what they are, but I'm not going to say anything about them again because I don't understand them, right? I'm not sure. But I know that there's something there. So when I look at these 2 cards, I'm seeing this density over there where it was a black ball, but then we've got a ball here and it's got purple and blue and a little bit of green in it. And the ball is now down in this beautiful tiger's hands, whereas here it was kind of like hidden, stuck in the swords. So it's as though this person's feelings have actually, they've progressed. They may be hiding them from you, and I feel that they may be hiding them from themselves, but they don't understand them yet. And the reason for that is because there's this newness being birthed out of them. If you can see here with the Sun, there's some sort of new lease on life. There's a new view. There's a new perspective that's come out of this. But it's not yet perspective where I am seeing it from my headspace. It's still something that is kind of being birthed internally and coming like still flowing through my body. That's where I feel it. It's like I feel it in my heart space and it's extending out from my heart to the rest of my body. And I feel like that is where this person is. They're still trying to, there's an awareness of feelings. It's not quite, yes, they love you, but there's a greater awareness of how they've loved you, how they felt before, and understanding than at any space in their relationship. But they're not sharing that with you yet. I do just want to draw a clarifier with the High Priestess. Yeah, we've got the 5 of Cups. Okay, so yeah, I do feel that's exactly what it is. There's definitely a greater awareness of how I may have treated you, and that because we've moved from the 5 of Cups to an emotional card, right? From a non-emotional card, from an avoidance card, 2 of Swords, to an emotional card, to a major arcana. So there's a definite inner understanding of feelings that I may not have acknowledged in the beginning. I don't know if this person feels that it is love yet, but it is definite care, and there's disappointment around how they may have behaved or how they have treated you. I am not sure if you are in pile 1. I felt like it was the end of a relationship, but here I'm not sure whether you are with this person or if you are in separation. To me, it feels like it's in separation, and that there may be an opportunity for this person to come back in your life. But I'm not very sure if that is something that you want. So what does this mean for you? When I look at these cards just like this, pile 2, what I'm really seeing is you really being encouraged to, for yourself, decide, what do you want in your life? I feel like you need to be clearer to yourself about what it is that you want. And I feel that the universe is gifting you a perfect opportunity to be clearer to yourself about what it is that you want. I don't feel like you've been very focused on that at all. And I feel like you're being called to take whatever has happened here as an opportunity to start afresh in your life and not get too focused on what has happened in the past. The worst is over and there's a beautiful new beginning here for you. So that is your advice that's coming through from the tarot that's here. But let's see what you've got here. We've got think on your feet. Okay. So that's a lot about change happening. And we've just got the Ace of Wands showing that there's a lot of change, that there's newness. Okay. Look at this beautiful card. We've got 26. And this is a grounding card, connecting with the earth. And then we've got sky writing the fates. Wow. Look at that. So the fox spirit is very much around being honest with yourself in your relationships too. And I know just before I wanted to almost say, I don't think I was saying you focus too much here and you need to look where your energy is, but I got that feeling I'm not being honest about what I want for myself. Like I'm not being honest what I want for myself. I feel that it is very important. This card here, 26, talks about looking at your sleeping patterns. It talks about what you're eating. It talks about your connection to your body. So what I do feel is very important for you is to actually go and ground yourself, get out in nature, be with nature, be with Mother Gaia, be with your body. Even being very present with your body and how your body feels is going to give you a lot more of a container to hold this experience, because I do feel that there may have been a lot of shaking up and changing as a result of this relationship as well. But I do want to read both the fox spirit and the sky writing for as advice for you, because these are cards that I have been gifted now. I don't really know them that well yet, so I'm just going intuitively on what I see. So I'm going to go with sky, as I've spoken about the fox already, which is very much about, I feel like, being very honest with yourself about what you really want in relationships and not hiding that. And I feel the same here, because we've got this moon with this clouds. And I feel that what's coming, because even if we look here, I'm just putting this book down, you see the high priestess, and she's sort of like the moon there and the moon there. And this is about, what is your inner self telling you? I feel like there's a part of you that is just saying, just listen to me. And I don't feel that you really have. We've really got this mood, this thing, this single-mindedness, this issue, this core thing that needs to be looked at here. And they may not be the same things, right? They may not be the same things. This could represent that there was a core issue in the relationship, yes, but within you, there's also a core issue. There's a core thing that's being brought to the surface here that needs to be cleared, needs to be understood, and it really is around your relationships. And it's rising to the surface, and I almost feel like you need to trust that. Okay, so the fates, that's which we cannot change, and non-judgment, that's what this card is about. It is written in the sky that you have a destiny. You are being invited to explore certain aspects of your life unique to you and you alone. Wow. This does not mean that your path will be easy, paved with gold and littered with diamonds. Nor does this predict that your journey will be treacherous. It is just your path, with parts that cannot be changed and must be radically accepted as they are. In this way, whatever you are faced with, every single aspect of your life is perfect in its imperfection, not good or bad, neither inflow nor blocked, this nor that. See your life as a series of opportunities rather than an obstacle course. Once you master the skill of non-judgment, you open to the power of curiosity, unencumbered by the burdens of yesterday's fear, as you look ahead into the potential of the future. Yes, You still need to be brave. Right now, you are facing a critical moment in time with an opportunity to meet your fate, a choice point where you expand your influence and your capacity for abundance, love, and purposeful action. Now is the moment to leap into it, whether it be a heart connection, a call to creativity, or a new identity in your work or another area of life. With all your heart and soul, your success is surely written in the stars. In order to bring your destiny to fruition, you must jump into the adventure with both feet and do your part. So there is something, pile 2, that can only be discovered by you. And it is coming through this relationship is leading you to that. That's really what I'm seeing. Okay, so 27, Fox Spirit. What does that say? I literally opened it on Fox Spirit. Be alert now, for Fox Spirit has appeared, and you are meant to move swiftly. Let this clever spirit draw out your creativity as you adjust to rapidly changing circumstances with resilience, grace, and astuteness. Fox Spirit helps you to think on your feet, using your best judgment and wits to help you slip into a more advantageous situation. Now is not a time to hesitate, but a time for swift action of the mind, a time to think outside the box and notice the many ways in which you might make a move, aware of your surroundings, and always clear on what you deserve and wish to co-create. Trust that your cleverness, guided by fox spirits, will serve you well. I'm wondering why I'm feeling a sort of deception here. Just want to draw a card on what that is. I know this is a little bit different, but is it... Ooh, okay, we have 4 different cards for that. Shall we read all of them? Just the top one. Ah, see, 2 cards. Mother of Wands and the Son of Swords. I feel that I needed to draw this. I'm feeling strongly that this person actually might be observing you on social media. But I'm also feeling that your person and this is not for all of you, but might be involved with someone else. But it's interesting. This isn't something that you wouldn't know. This is something that you've suspected. Something that you've suspected. So if you've suspected it, you can trust it. But I also feel that when I'm looking at it like this, I feel that there's a tendency for some of you to get involved in a sexual connection with someone and let them sort of feed off on that energy of yours. And you're just being reminded to be mindful of that and to not do that. Because there's something about your energy that is particularly creative and very attractive that draws in certain types of people who may appear very intelligent, who may appear like they click with you, but they are not necessarily for your best interest. And the last bit, for your best interest, is not for everybody, but it's just, you need to just be a little bit more discerning about that. That's what I was feeling when it came to the deception. But for the other thing, it's very much around trusting your judgment and trusting your ideas around this person, and trusting your ideas about what you want to bring into the world and create for yourself. I feel like you have been minimizing yourself and the way that you see yourself. And you're actually a very beautiful, empowered, creative, sexually attractive, physically attractive person with a lot to give. You see how this snake is protecting its eggs? There's so much that wants to be birthed from you and that you can give, that I feel that you should go out and trust them. And this is what the fox spirit is speaking about, right? Wow, pile 2. There's something within you that is going to be unlocked very soon. Please do let me know in the comment section how that resonates. Because I almost feel that this needs to come from you. So go outside, go ground yourself, connect with yourself, and trust that very strong intuitive nudge that you've been getting, because it wants to birth something from you. It wants to lead you in a space that is going to be very beneficial for you. And that might have absolutely nothing to do with romance. All right, pile 2, that's what I've got for you. Please do let me know in the comment section how that resonated. And if you haven't yet, please do remember to like and subscribe. And if you'd like a personal reading, do let me know in the comment section. Alrighty, pile 2, that was a very deep and complex reading. And I'll see you in your next reading. It's been an absolute pleasure reading your cards, sending you a lot of love, and may you be divinely blessed, and may you walk your right path, and may the doors of abundance and prosperity open up for you. All right, pile 2. See you in your next reading. Bye. Hello, pile 3. This is the crystal that you chose. This is pyrite. So this is your reading. I feel like so pyrite has a lot to do with, actually it's very good for manifestation, specifically financial abundance. I feel like you've discovered something about yourself. I feel as though in this pile there's a sense of surety that is emerging. And that surety is allowing for a lot of self-trust, and you being able to create a more protective space for yourself around who you are and how you show up in relationships. And if that hasn't happened yet, it will soon. So pile 3, we're going to read your oracle cards at the end. I'm going to look at your tarot first. So we're going to look at, in this reading, does this person love you? Did they in the past? Do they still now? I must say, I feel like you and this person are very different from one another. I feel like one of you is deeply balanced together. I feel one is very chaotic and the other one is actually quite grounded and stable. I feel like you may have been grounded and stable one. Alright, I'm just going to pick them as they come randomly for me here. This is what it feels like for pile 3. I really just go with what feels right to my cards. Okay, then I'll see like that. And then just pull this last one here. And maybe clarify for the last card if you're doing it. Alrighty, pile 3, if you haven't yet, do remember to like and subscribe. It makes it easier for me to tap into your energy and read what messages are coming through for you. And also if you like the person, reading, check out the description box. So this is your person in the middle, where they're at right now. This is what's driving where they're at. This is how they felt writing. What did they love you, do they not love you? What is driving it? And this is how they feel now. Do they love you, do they not love you? And this is what's driving it. And this can be quite triggering. So I feel pile 3, do take this in your stride. I feel it's very important that I'm telling you specifically that. Alright, so where your person is right now, is you've got the full card. They are starting completely from zero. They're like a new little chick in life, learning so many new lessons. And I feel though, that's what they need to do. They need to learn lessons. But I feel like there can be a lot of unwillingness to do that. I feel they're just blindly walking through the reality and just sort of, some of them actually I feel like I'm getting a lot of fear too. Like fear to fly, fear to take off, fear to trust. This did come up reversed when I initially flipped the card, but I put it upright, but now I'm seeing why I came up that way. What's driving us? We've got justice. Upright, reversed, upright. So they're major turning points in their life. Major turning points. I feel like they're actually rediscovering who they are. And when you start with this pyrite, the pyrite is you have to discover something about yourself, or you're yet to do that. So I almost feel like that energy could also really be applying to you, pile 3, is that you yourself are at a turning point in your life where you are about to step into a whole new space. A whole new space. And this is something that needs to happen. It's happening very strongly internally, it's happening on a soul level, and it's part of your soul's growth. Your person where they're in a similar sort of space. For them, it's very strongly being driven by
the need for them to start doing the right thing. They need to learn the lessons that they need to learn because they need to learn what is the right thing to do. The right thing is not always right for everybody, right? And for some of them, they're resistant to doing that. For others, they're just blindly going ahead with it. Okay, let's see. Did your person love you? And we have the Four of Cups. I feel like this person is someone who withheld a lot of love. I feel like they did love you. That's what I'm actually getting. It's like, I loved you, but I wasn't going to tell you that. You see, there's a mouse here. It's on top of the Four of Cups. It's different to your traditional Four of Cups. But that's the sense that I'm getting. This person did love you, but withheld it. And it was almost like withheld it because I think it was a pattern for them. And not just for them, but a pattern of love that they've experienced in their life and how people have shown them love in their life. And I also feel like they felt as though they needed, that they themselves were doubting it. They were doubting how they felt. And that's also why they withheld it. And it's because this person, very much, when I see these two cards next to one another, is very much a baby in the experiencing of emotions. Not very emotionally mature. Let's see what's driving this experience. Three of Pentacles underneath. So the sense that I'm getting when I see this card of what is driving this here is the first thing I'm seeing is this person needed to, I see the legend of Sisyphus, and I see someone pushing the Sisyphus pushing up the rock up the mountain. That's what I saw first. And I just feel like this person got very overwhelmed by their work. It felt like it was too much, like this huge mountain of things that I'm experiencing, that if I allow myself to go into the depth of how I'm really feeling, then it's going to be too much for me, so I'm not going to withhold how I really feel. I'm rather not really going to express my love, even though it's there. I also feel that this person doesn't really know their parts in relationships, or their part really needed to be defined to them. It's like, I have an idea of what a relationship is supposed to kind of like, what I'm supposed to do, but I don't really understand my role. I don't understand how to be a partner for someone. That's coming through really strongly, because as though this person didn't really get very good examples of what that's supposed to be, and that was something that they actually still needed to learn. So they didn't know how to channel their feelings properly. And I know this is a Three of Cups, but there might have been a very strong work influence as well that made them resist feeling what they wanted to feel. Because I feel like there may have been work relationships that were putting pressure on this person, and not even in a conscious way where they understood that themselves. It could be working in a subconscious way. So, for example, how that feels is maybe this person had a work colleague who bullied them, or a boss who treated them poorly. And that relationship kind of resembled a relationship pattern within this person, which made it difficult for them to trust their feelings for you. And I don't think that they were conscious of it, and also act on their feelings for you. So did they love you? Yes, they did, but they withheld it, and they doubted how they felt.
So yes, yes, yes. Does this person love you? Yes, 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 they do. So we've got the Father of Wands, which is the King of Wands, and we've got Nine of Pentacles. So I feel this person holds you in high regard. There's a level of respect that they have for you that I feel, I don't know if they've always had it, but it is something that they definitely do have now. So the love that they have for you is very much born out of respect. And it's very much something that has come from their interaction with you, and the experience that they've not only had with you in a relationship, but after the relationship. I feel like something significant happened. If you're still in a relationship with this person, I feel like there's something that has happened recently that made it feel like it was the end of the relationship. But through that, there was sort of a rupture, and that rupture opened up things for them. Okay, so that's if you're still in a relationship with this person. If you've ended the relationship with this person, because we've got Nine of Pentacles here, I feel this person respects you, and whatever has happened in their past with you, in the past with you, has led them to now where they are now, them really passionately caring about you. So they do love you. I don't really know whether it's romantic or not. I wouldn't jump too quickly into saying that, because we've got the Nine of Pentacles underneath. So I feel this person wants to be independent, and they want to stand on their own 2 feet, and they want to be able to take care of themselves first, because I don't really think that they know 100% how to do that, which is why we have the Fool over here. But I feel that they see you as an example of that. You've given them a beautiful example of what it does mean to do that, and they have a lot of respect and admiration, and that's the kind of love that they have for you. They see you as someone, as a role model. I want to just, we have a clarifier. Yeah, we got the Hermit. Remember that card came out earlier. So yes, I would say I don't think it's romantic. This person does want to be on their own right now. So the love they have for you is definitely an admiration. And King of Wands can often also be when someone loves you and they love you as a friend. So it feels like that's what it is. This person might not have expressed it. They might just be keeping it to themselves, how they actually feel about you now. you actually very well may be in separation with this person. If you're in a relationship with this person, I do feel that this person sees you as their ideal partner, and that they actually do see you as someone that they respect and admire, and they want to put their best foot forward for you. And I feel that this person might want to actually come with some sort of, I want to say, with an offer here. And I say that because I'm seeing the King of Wands, and I'm seeing this, the one that he's holding, but he's not come through with what that is yet. And I feel like whatever his offer is, if you're still if you're in a relationship with this person, is that it might actually take it very much to the next level. If you're not in a relationship with this person anymore, they do really have a lot of respect for you. They admire you. They see you as a role model, and they see you as someone who they actually really model their independence on. But they do want to be by themselves. This is not necessarily a romantic love that they have for you. Alrighty, okay, so that answers those questions. I want to now look at pile 3. What is your advice according to your oracle? Okay, so we've got dove spirits, be at peace. So that's really interesting, because we've got the fool with the bird, and we've got the dove here as well, right? So birds might be a very strong symbolism for you in this connection. Doves in particular. Ooh, we've got 25. That's the healing card, cellular healing. And then we've got repairing the veil, forgiveness. Okay, so for those of you who are no longer in a relationship with this person, and there may have actually been a third, because this like a work focus, where this person may have put a lot of their work. And that was because we saw this, and I said 3 of Cups, and I said there might be a third party situation, and you actually might know about that. There's definite need for forgiveness around that. But also, if that person didn't make you a priority, and there was sort of more of a work focus around that, I do feel that the thing that is holding you from moving past the situation is not being able to forgive, and that is where your biggest healing is going to be. And we've got be peace here, so there may very much still strongly, we spoke about a rupture, there may still be that rupture existing within you and really affecting you, not just your emotional health, but your physical health too. I feel that there may have been a lot of anxiety as a result of this connection. And you're being asked to move to the space of peace rather than the anxiety. So I'm going to read these 2 messages because these decks are new to me, but also I just think their messages are particularly beautiful, and there may be something that really resonates in there for you, pile 3. But what I'm really feeling, this is a very healing space that you need to be in. And I am almost feeling like my whole body feels like it could be, I don't want to say on fire, but vibrating. So let me know in the comment section if that resonates for you, because what is happening is there's a deep cellular healing here. And you may be experiencing that as anxiety about this relationship, but what actually needs to happen is forgiveness, yes, letting this go, taking the attention off this, and realizing that what's actually being released through and what's really happening is that there's a lot of healing that is needing to happen and is happening because of all of this. Alrighty, let's read what the dove spirit says. 21. I'm very interested to see what this card says, because I feel like there's going to be something very big that comes through for you in me reading this pile 3. So do let me know in the comment section how that resonates. With her peaceful cooing, the gentle dove spirit invites you to embrace the energy of peace and allow compassion to warm your heart. You always have the power to generate peace within you, and the appearance of dove spirits is a reminder that today and every day is a good day to meditate, to quiet any turbulence within, as you embody tranquility above, below, and all around you. So remember I spoke about this kind of anxiety, like my body is vibrating. So to quiet any turbulence within you as you embody tranquility above, below, and all around you. Much may be happening to distract you, but you are called to engage it with the heart of a peacemaker, asking yourself, what would peace do? Can you agree to disagree? The peace you seek rises within and spreads out into the world as Spirit sends a messenger to remind you of the beauty of an harmonious existence with all that is. How beautiful and powerful is your compassionate heart. Wow, that's really gorgeous. Okay, so let's see what the Shaman's Dream Oracle says about repairing the veil. We've got forgiveness, making amends, recognition of our unity. Between us all is a thin veil appearing to be a space that separates us. We look through this veil and believe ourselves to be distinct from each other. We assume that our thoughts and feelings are our own. We see bodies and objects and the spaces between them, so we engage in the world in relationships between a duality of us and them. This veil serves as a mysterious illusion, making it so hard to believe in our inherent connection and unity. We can't always remember that what we do to someone else, we at the same time do to ourselves. When we claw at the veil out of fear, anger, jealousy, or resentment, manipulate another, misuse our power, or allow someone's actions to diminish us, we create a wound felt by many, not just those of us in the smaller direct relationship. Now is the time to examine where your actions have caused difficulty or harm to someone else, and also where you have been the recipient of harm. Regardless of what side you are on, it's important to take responsibility for healing this rift by bringing love, compassion, deep listening, and presence to whatever is not in harmony. Do this for you and for your own liberty, as you become an unwitting hostage once you take the role of perpetrator or victim, both positions of weakness. Let go of all your resentments, know your part in the dynamic, and make the appropriate amends with that newfound wisdom and understanding. Healing, forgiveness, and mending what is broken in your world is a sweet, much needed declaration of freedom. I do feel that there for some of you may have been a third party situation. I think I said that, but I do feel like I need to say that again. Yeah. The left side of my head is vibrating right now. And I feel what really you need to know around that is that you weren't less than in that space. You were not less than. You were really not less than. And that is something that you need to know. And what's very important is to forgive yourself, even though you saw something that you knew wasn't right for you and made a decision that wasn't right for you. You did the best that you could at that point. And that's coming through very strongly, Pile 3. I would really love to know if that and who that message resonated with. Please let me know in the comment section. It really helps me understand what I'm picking up when I read these things, especially since I'm reading for more and more people. If you'd like a personal reading, do check out the description box. I'd love to do one for you, and we can go into deeper and get greater clarity on this, because remember, this is a general reading. And yes, that's what I've got for you, Pile 3. It's been a complete honor to read your cards, and I'm sending you a lot of blessings, and may you walk your divine path in beautiful knowing and light, and may you be under direct supervision from the highest good, from the highest intelligence. And yeah, thank you so much. If you haven't yet, do like and subscribe, and that's your reading. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Pile 3. Hello, pile 4. Wow. This is your pile if you've chosen this beautiful amethyst. I just like this crystal. It just feels really powerful. It feels really grounded. It feels really earthy. I also feel people who've chosen this pile, I feel like you're either in a new connection, which seems pretty good, and or you are in a space where you've reached a sort of completion around an old, like an end. So the relationship that you're in now is good, and the one that you were in before has sort of ended. And there's a lot of spiritual wisdom that's come through from that. I'm feeling I'm clear in my mind. I'm also feeling self-assured. So, I also feel that people who've chosen pile 4, the person that you are thinking about, that one. Some of you may have had one person in mind and then clicked on this reading, but that person, not that person, the person that you thought, not the one that you thought, the one that came up when I said which one, that's the person that this reading is about, not the person you initially thought. And that specific person is thinking about you a lot. So that is very specific, and that's for someone. If that resonates for you, do let me know in the comment section. I'd love to know. For others of you, you may also be thinking of 2 people, but the one that you weren't really thinking about, this person is thinking about you a lot, and you can still look at this reading in relation to the first person that you originally clicked on the reading for. Okay, so you take it how it resonates. Let me know in the comment section how it resonates, so that I can understand what I was actually feeling here. And also it helps me connect with your energy better and do a better collective reading too. But if you'd like a personal reading, do check out the description box, because obviously there's a lot more clarity that comes through in personal readings. And pile 4, if you're new to this channel, welcome. Lovely to have you here. If you haven't yet, do remember to like and subscribe. And yes, I would love to do a personal reading for you. I do feel like there are some of you in this pile who are going through a lot of major life changes in their life. Major life changes. But good ones, very good ones. You're moving to a really, 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 really good space. Okay. Even if it doesn't seem like it, sometimes healing is not pretty. Sometimes healing is ugly. Okay, so what we've got here is in the center we've got your person and just where they're at and what's driving that. Then we've got, did they love you and what was driving that? And then how do they feel about you now? Do they love you now and what's driving that? Okay, so your person, we've got the 5 of Swords. Okay, so I just want to say, for most of you, this is that person that you were originally thinking about. And for those who switched their person, trust that there's something in here that you need to know about this new person. Alrighty. So this person is cutting out a lot of stuff from their life, and they're doing it viciously. I feel when I look at this 5 of Swords here, I'm just getting that this person just doesn't want any BS anymore. They really are just getting very, very clear on what works and what doesn't work. I feel like this person is also particularly boundaried. I feel like people have crossed their boundaries very badly in the past, or this is someone who has crossed other people's boundaries very badly in the past, and now they're actually feeling the consequences of being cut out of people's space. Take the message the way that it resonates. Okay, and what we've got underneath is we've got Father of Cups. So what's driving that? So what's driving it, what a beautiful Father of Cups, look at that, that's the King of Cups, is emotional maturity. So it's like, I've seen how people have cut me out of their life, and now I'm learning about better boundaries, and I'm learning to get rid of things that don't serve me anymore, and to cut out things that aren't right for me. Or I'm dealing with the consequences of having done that to other people, and it's really teaching me how to be more emotionally discerning and more emotionally mature. For others, this is someone who is very boundaried, who's communicating their boundaries very clearly, but it's actually coming from a grown-up space, and a space of needing to actually love themselves properly, and love those around them properly. Okay, so how did they, yeah, this is a yes. Did they love you before? Yes. What was driving it? Five of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Oh, I feel like this is a good relationship though. I really do. I feel like this was a really beautiful relationship. I mean, when I'm just looking at it, and I'm looking at the beautiful colors, and like the sun, is that a sunset or a sunrise with the birds in the back? Look at that, it's so beautiful. Look at this gorgeous butterfly. I just feel as though this relationship was very beautiful when you first met this person. And yes, this person definitely loved you. You had so much fun together. I feel like there were many sunsets that you looked at together. Many gifts given, much sharing happening, much celebration happening. My heart just feels open. Something happened though. I want to know what happened. What happened? Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of gift giving, a lot of sharing. This person wanting to give you Father of Wands. The Hierophant. I want to say pile 4. Someone's father plays a very strong connection, a very, very strong influence in this relationship, whether it's known to you or whether it's not known to you. And if there's been like a breakdown in this relationship, it's really got to do with beliefs that this person has inherited from their father. And their behavior, whatever went wrong in the relationship, if something went wrong, it's because of their connection to their father and what their father has taught them about what it means to be in their masculine energy. And this is, it feels like there's a lot of masculinity and wounded masculinity coming up here. That's all I feel like I want to say around that. Please do let me know in the comment section how that resonates. Do they love you now? Two of Pentacles. And what is driving that? We've got Nine of Swords. I would say no. This relationship broke. It ended. For the majority of you, it's ended. That's interesting. So when we started, we spoke about someone who's being very boundaried, and it's coming from an emotional, mature place. So the first answer I get is no. But I don't feel that this person has no love for you or doesn't care for you. I feel like this person's emotions fluctuate. And that's also why they're cutting out people, because it's around being emotionally mature. It's around wanting to gain some sort of emotional maturity. And I feel like they might not even be conscious for all of them, but they're definitely being pushed into that space. We've got two butterfly images here, which for me strongly represents transformation. And this person themselves, the person that you're inquiring about, they're going through a major transition phase. And there's a lot of stuff going on here. I feel there's a lot of things going on in your life too. And I feel like whatever sort of pause or end that has happened here needed to happen because you need to also calm yourself down. I feel like you've been through a lot. I feel like who's ever chosen this pile, there's been relationship after relationship after relationship. And there's a pattern of getting into relationships over and over and over and over again and avoiding the self. And now there's been a pause and someone showing up in this connection with like hot and cold behavior as well. So it might not be that this person has completely left you. Maybe there is some hot and cold behavior going on, but it's because this person it's not mirroring something in you, but it's a cyclic kind of relationship thing that you go through. And there's something that you're searching for in other people that is something that you might not have gotten from your father, and that's for you. So this is what you need to do about this connection, what's coming through for you. For some of you, I feel like you've grown up in a place where there's a lot of thunderstorms, lots of thunderstorms, maybe even had shared memories with your father around thunderstorms. For others of you, what's coming through very strongly is that your father was very, very temperamental, exceptionally so. And that's frightened you somehow in trusting your softness, trusting your influence as a softer person as well. I feel like this group may also have people who really struggle with anxiety. Yeah, like I feel like my chest is even being pressed on. And for you, it's to flow a little bit more with that softness of yours. You can be playful in it. Allow yourself to explore it a little bit better. So to answer the question of this reading, did this person love you? Definitely. This person definitely loved you. There was a lot of beautiful moments shared. But I also don't, and a lot of celebration sort of energy. But I don't feel that this person allowed it fully to go where it could have gone. And that's because of their some sort of wounded masculinity in them, and also a wounded relationship with their own father, which is actually showing something within you and a connection to your father or a father figure in your life. If that's not the case, then it's got a lot to do with your relationship pattern, where you're moving from relationship to relationship to relationship. And you need to question your beliefs around the partners that you choose. There's some sort of embedded philosophy that you have about the masculine that is hindering you here, that needs to be examined, that needs to be looked at. It's like an idea that needs to rot, and that's what's going to free you. And the best way for you to do that is to be curious, be absolutely curious, and stop resisting your own transformational process. Let's look at what your oracle cards say. So we've got Scarab, Beetle, Spirit. That's what we've got. Magic works through you. We've got the energy card, which is talking about things lifting off. And we've got Fool's Embrace, transmuting pain. Just look at how beautiful that card is. Look at the blues. And look at this gorgeous moon in the background. Oh my word, the imagery on these new cards is phenomenal. So your advice when I started this reading, just to connect with what I started off with, was that you had just finished and maybe starting something new. And I know there were a lot of messages that came through right now. So what I do want to say is, because we had Father of Cups and Father of Wands, so we have let's go to the two different people. The relationship that ended, it ended because it needed to end. Your person needs to figure out, that person that you ended off, they need to figure out how to be more emotionally mature and how to respect their own boundaries. You may have a relationship pattern that you need to actually look at. And just be mindful that that relationship pattern isn't what you fall into again. I don't think that is the case. I actually think that you've freed yourself from that. For most of you, but for some of you, you're not there yet. You're moving into that space. But the way to be there is to be curious, is to be open. And I feel that for some of you in this newer relationship with a newer person, that pattern might be playing out again, but it's not really. It's almost like you're observing it and you're looking at it, and you're looking at the old sort of pattern and see, is this still coming up? If it is playing out, you're being asked to be playful about this, not to get into anxiety when certain things sort of looks bad, like say you're starting to date a new person and they haven't contacted you, is to not freak out and to kind of go, you don't have to control the situation, but to also trust that your perspective and the transformation, your perspective has shifted, and the transformation that has happened in you means that things are likely to play out differently. Because we've got this lift off card, which means that everything that you have worked for, everything that you have put your energy in, is literally happening for you. And then we've got this transmuting pain card, right? So what I'm getting with that is, what has happened in the past has only led you to this sort of newer connection where things are new, and though some things may look a little bit like the past, that they're not. It's transmuted pain. It's lessons that have been learned, and that because you've got this beautiful magic working through you, this new energy that is rising up in you, and this change that has happened for you, that things that may look like the past and have represented negative things in the past are no longer in that space for you anymore. Now I'm going to read the messages of these two cards because they're beautiful, but also I'm still learning these two. So I just want you to get the full message. So let's do Fool's Embrace first, and that is 22, pile 4. All right. Transmuting pain, allowing life to love you. The experience of both and. The pain of life is sometimes unbearable. When we're in it, we think that pain, that loss, that betrayal will always be woven through our continuity of existence. We're kept hostage by the way we identify with the pain and what we make it mean. If we let it, it becomes etched into us like a tattoo. No matter where on the spectrum of pain you find yourself now, whether it be mild, disappointment, or searing loss, it's time to make peace with it. Befriend it rather than resisting it, running from it or judging it as bad or unfair or hostile. Can you see the gift that is here? Surrender to the fool's embrace, allowing the truth to envelop you in love and compassion. What if you could learn something amazing from this? What is truly yours will not pass you by. Something better and perfect for you is waiting elsewhere. So that's a great thing. So if there's not two people in your life yet, there is someone else. Don't get stuck on the past, right? If you could come to terms with the liberation and freedom inherent in loss, your broken heart, and remember we spoke about you might have just ended a relationship and now there's a new one. So there's that ending and the beginning. If you could come to terms with liberation and freedom inherent in loss, your broken heart might open you up to a greater sense of humanity and compassion. As in the narrative of Tarot, the fool will be at the beginning of your life's adventure and at the end when you've integrated all the wisdom you've accumulated along the journey. He will never let you down or lie to you. He will, however, teach you how to revel in both the beauty and desperation of life. Both and this and that will always be true. Remember, the pearl can't be created without the gritty sand, causing discomfort and acting as a catalyst in the oyster. Your pearl is discovered in radical acceptance that everything has value. All is well now and will be well. Remember that today as you feel the fool's embrace. All right, and then we've got the scarab beetle spirit. Magic works through you. In ancient Egypt, the scarab beetle was revered, for the creative magic of scarab beetle spirit reminds us that we can bring forth something extraordinary seemingly out of thin air. Okay, so it was revered because it reminds us we can bring something extraordinary out of thin air. So there's something new. There's definitely something new around the corner. If you are still stuck on this person, please just let it be what it is. If this is a new person and it feels right, trust that something beautiful is going to come from it. Something beautiful will come from this connection. And if it's an old person that you're asking about, someone that was in the past, there is someone new that's going to enter your life soon. Really do feel that. Whenever you let your creativity flow through you, scarab beetle spirit reminds you that spirit has given you the gift of infinite potential. You have an ally as you fashion something new or repurpose the old. For spirit co-creates with you, channeling energy through you so that you feel replenished and vitalized as you make magic with what is at hand. Now is a time for great optimism, for you can accomplish anything you desire, and your creative endeavors will come to fruition. Miracles, opportunities, abundance, and love will appear seemingly out of nowhere as you allow spirit to work through you and magically manifest what you need. So pile 4, what is really coming through for me here is that I feel like you are more in your energy than you've ever been in your energy. You're more in yourself than you've ever been in yourself. And even that one message could just be the main message that you need to hear today. Because sometimes the messages in the tarot readings, it's not about the entire reading, especially with these sort of general readings, because there's so many messages. I can tell you, since this channel's been growing, there's just been multiple messages coming through. So sometimes it's about that one message that is there for you. So did this person love you? Yes, they did. Do they love you now? They have up and down feelings. I would say they're not sure. And that's because they're figuring out who they need to be. They're figuring out their emotional maturity and figuring out their boundaries specifically and around issues relating to the father. For you, what's very important is to understand that whatever has happened in the past has been there to bring something new into your space. Trust the healing that you've done. I feel like this group has also done a lot of healing. If there's something that's not working in a relationship for you right now, that is pointing you to that relationship pattern that needs to sort of be healed. If things are working for you and they seem like things from the past, they don't have to be negative. That healing that you've done, the new energy that's coming through you is going to show you that things are different and you can trust that. And if none of that applies and you've ended a relationship and there's something new that is going to enter your space, there is a new person. I do feel that there's a new person coming along. I would say 3 to 4 months for those of you who are looking for that. but I also feel that there's a lot of beautiful new abundance, love, light, understanding that this group is literally holding in your hands. Trust that. Trust it. All right, pile 4. These readings were very complex and very beautiful. That's what I've got for you today. If you'd like a personal reading, do check out the description box. It's been a complete and absolute honor reading your cards for you today. Please do let me know in the comment section how this resonated, and do like and subscribe if you haven't yet. It really helps with me being able to read the different energies in the community. And remember to always trust your own intuition. What triggered you? What didn't trigger you? What was your body saying? And yes, looking forward to seeing you again. And I'll see you in your next reading. Bye, powerful.